Landon, I got to say, Saban Field. It was a pretty special night. How was everything in Tuscaloosa? Roll Tide.
Oh man, it was live. It was awesome. It's a great feeling getting to seeing all the guys I played with, the alumni, the B-side five, the brotherhood that we built in the program that we built that on that field, and to see Coach Saban, to see him still happy-go-lucky, still a part of the program, still a part of the Crimson Tide, which we love and we desire and we love that he's still there. And naming the field after him, which he's rightfully deserved. Like that's awesome.
It really was cool to see, and I imagine for you guys, it had to be a little different as well. We're all adjusting to Coach Saban not being the football coach for the Crimson Tide. What was it like seeing him on the sidelines, pregame, even around halftime and stuff? I mean, it was very different.
It was great not to see those veins popping out of his head, yelling at his kids, like he did us. And just he was stress-free, could be himself, to chill, relax, and enjoy the game from a spectator standpoint, and see his guys win still.
Well, for you, looking back at your career, you went from Dutchtown to Alabama to the NFL. First of all, we got to talk about the decision to sign with Alabama. What do you remember first about the Crimson Tide in your recruiting process?
So it was a family when I first came. And then my first recruiting time here was, at Alabama was my 10th grade year of high school. I came to the school. I think I was a 2.5, 3-star kid at the time. And they treated me like I was a 5-star. I was a guy for them. They're ready to have me now. They wanted me to commit. I wanted to commit after that day, after that game. I can't recall what game I went to, but just seeing the atmosphere there, just how they treated one another, how Coach Saban was not just a coach but also a father figure for us. And it was a blessing just to be able to choose that, make that decision. I made that decision in my 10th grade year, but everybody knows I made it at the what it's called?
Under Armour game? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest, most viral moments of recruiting announcements ever because you make that decision, start putting the Alabama gloves on. You have your mom right next to you. Where did your mom want you to go to school?
My mom wanted to go to LSU Who, it happens though. It happens, but she just didn't want me to leave home. I mean, I was her oldest. I was her firstborn man of the house. So she just didn't want me to leave home. I understood that.
Did she come around to Alabama eventually, wear crimson against LSU, anything like that?
Nah. No, she was just saying, I'm glad you made it and you made the decision for yourself and that I made it to the NFL and made my dreams come true.
You certainly did through a lot of hard work in Tuscaloosa. How'd you work your way onto the field as a young player?
Special teams, special teams. If you want to play for play for Alabama, if you want to play for this alumni, you want to play for this B-side five, and you want to be a part of this program, special teams be your best bet to get on this field. I started off at kickoff. I was on punt return. I was on punt, and I wasn't on kick return. I wasn't on kick return, but I was a backup kick returner. And I was the gunner on punt. So special teams is a big key factor because it takes 3 phases of the game to dominate a team or to win a game. And it's not just offense and defense. You need to know all 3 phases of the game and learn all 3 phases of the game and build that confidence up within yourself and get that confidence within the coaches to be able to trust you to be on the field and knowing what you're supposed to do and when you're supposed to do it and how you're supposed to do it.
Then your second year here at Alabama, Vinny Cincinnati sustains an injury, so you step into a starting role for the Crimson Tide and quite a debut against Tennessee, a 89-yard pick six. So what do you remember about that play here at Bryant-Denny?
Oh, man, Kenyon Drake was supposed to score, fumbled at the 1-yard line and right before halftime. And they was marching the ball downfield on us. And for some reason, I was like, we got to make a play. Me and HaHa was back there talking to one another. HaHa called it. He said, one of us going to make an interception right here. And then sure enough, it was myself bringing it down the field for 89. You said 89, right? 89 yards?
Yep.
Down the sideline. Dream come true. Well established. Building up that confidence within myself and like my teammates and knowing that I'm going to be on that back end, making sure nothing happens. And that's what I did.
Special season for you then. And then as a junior, you become one of the leaders of the team in 2014, eventually named one of the team captains for that SEC championship year. What made that season so special? Because that was somewhat of an underdog story for Alabama compared to some other years you were there.
Yeah, because just guys left. We had so many guys leave us with CJ Moses as one of the top guys as our leader on our defense. Adrian McCarron on the offense, a couple of receivers on the offense. And we was a dominant team the following year. So with those guys leaving, we had guys that needed to step up and show that they're capable of leading this team, leading this defense offensively and special teams wise. And that's what we had to do. We knew we had to do that because that time was coming. So with that being said, we just stuck together, honestly, and we fought. We had hard games. We had games we kind of brushed through. So yeah, we had to fight a lot of games. I think that game was, I know that year was the Arkansas game. Arkansas game with 13-12, I think, the whole time, right? So
That's right. And then you shut down Dak Prescott as well here in what was a huge
oh
win
yeah,
over number one Mississippi State.
correct. And they should never been number one at that time anyway, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
Hey, you showed him he got the last laugh winning the SEC championship. And then for you, you go on to play in the NFL, Giants, Redskins as well. Just how did Alabama get you ready for the NFL, specifically Coach Saban with the way he worked with the secondary?
Coach Saban wise, just film work, studying habits, knowing what you're supposed to do, what you're supposed to be looking at, staying keyed into what the progressives of the offense is doing. Not just with that, not with just Coach Saban. I had Coach Pruitt and Coach Smart teaching me those things. Also Coach Schumann teaching me all those things. It helped out a lot because at times when you get to college, you don't know how to watch film. You just kind of we're trying to figure it out. I had guys like Vinny, Robert Lester teaching me also to watch this film. And then with all that helping and all those questions, is one thing about us, we always ask questions to one another. There is no bad questions, because that question that you did not ask because you might have been scared to ask, it might have been the answer to your question on the field that you needed. So we always stay communicative, transparent, and made things mesh.
Certainly did. So once your NFL playing career came to a close, what have you been up to? We know you're in the middle of a workout right now. Any comeback in your future? You look like you're ready.
I'm definitely ready. Just waiting on that phone call. I haven't retired yet. Still training. I've been training for the last 6 months. Waiting on the phone call just to be ready. Staying in shape. That's for myself. Myself right now, got a couple of things going investment wise, and being my own entrepreneur. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
That sounds good. Well, Landon Collins, best of luck to you. Thank you so much for joining us as our Alabama Legend of the Week, and we look forward to seeing you again down the road here in Tuscaloosa. Roll Tide.
Coming for the Georgia game, so I'll be back.